Today's video will undoubtedly change your way of thinking for the better, but before we continue, let's do a little mental exercise. Do you remember your last thought before clicking on this video? Whether you recall it or not, don't worry. This video is not a judgment. It is an invitation to awaken within you a force that lies dormant in most people, the power of your mind and the mastery of your thoughts through the prism and wisdom of Stoicism. We will explore how to master your mind in a world where many struggle against it. And to prove how effective and applicable this is, here is your mission. At the end of this video, choose a Stoic principle that resonates most with you and practice it intensely for a few weeks, then share the results in the comments. You will be surprised by the transformation it will bring. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not over external events. Recognize this, and you will find strength. And now let's discover how to use the power of the mind that Marcus Aurelius spoke of. Are you ready? Let's dive into the work. Firstly, set aside what others think and focus on your own mind. This mind that allows you to turn your attention away from the noise of the outside world toward the clarity of your inner thoughts. This journey begins with the understanding that the only sphere truly under your control is your own mind. Marcus Aurelius beautifully expressed this sentiment by saying, "I'm often amazed that people care more about what others think of them than their own opinion." These reflections highlight a profound truth. It is not about building a fortress around your ego, but cultivating a garden in your mind where the seeds of your thoughts are nurtured and not trampled. Mastering your mind includes cutting off external influences, allowing your true self to thrive without needing external validation. Remember the story of the young artist who, despite a promising talent, was hindered by the opinions of others and learned to perceive criticism as a wave on the surface of a deep ocean of self-confidence. When he turned his attention inward, his art flourished, becoming an authentic expression of his inner world, unstained by the fear of disapproval. His path serves as an example of the transformative power of turning inward, where true mastery of the mind resides. This path is not easy. It requires constant vigilance in the struggle against the human tendency to seek external approval. However, it is in this discipline that freedom is found. By focusing your attention on your own mind, you follow the Stoic path that cultivates a polished being, as the great Stoic thinker Lucius Seneca said. This philosophy forms the basis of lesson number 2 on our journey toward mastering the mind, the development of emotional resilience. Navigating this rapidly changing world is like exploring a treacherous yet adventure-filled path where friction and trials are as inevitable as the sunrise each morning. As you traverse this endless path called life, you may sometimes find yourself caught in the thorny vines of difficulties, anxiety, or heartbreak. These are not signs of weakness, but rather an opportunity to develop unshakable resilience. Failures on the map of your path are not merely disappointments, but precious lessons. By finding strength within yourself, transform each difficulty into an opportunity for growth. We understand that this is easier said than done, especially if you have faced a difficult path and it seems entirely natural to collapse under its weight. However, imagine if you could use these adversities and turn them into steps toward success. The courage and perseverance that sustain you through these trials form resilience. Developing emotional resilience is similar to forging an adaptive sword and gaining a clearer vision of the path ahead. This story illustrates the essence of emotional resilience, the ability to face adversities head-on and draw strength from them. The journey toward emotional resilience begins with mastering your perception of difficulties. Stoicism teaches us that events or outcomes in themselves are neither good nor bad, but it is our perception of these events that triggers our emotions and reactions. Cultivating emotional resilience means not silencing disappointments or repressing pain, but rather recognizing that you have the strength and wisdom to interpret them in a way that fosters personal growth and inner strength. Accept this wisdom. Become aware of your power and elevate the narrative of your journey, becoming the master of your mind. Thirdly, use the power of perception. You walk along a familiar path, a routine trail you have taken countless times, and suddenly you slip, and you realize this echoes the Stoic wisdom of Epictetus, who noticed that it is not the things that disturb people, but the opinions they have of them. It is here that the strength of perception lies. Perception is our window on the world, the lens through which we interpret our environment. It is easy to forget that we can control our perception of the world, especially in times of difficulty or confusion. When life throws you into stormy seas, it does not necessarily mean you are drowning. It can mean you have the opportunity to learn to swim like an experienced captain navigating the storm. Orient your mind toward a perception that empowers you rather than defeats you. For example, if your work presentation did not go as planned, do not consider it a failure, but rather a useful lesson that will improve your skills and resilience for future efforts. This does not mean ignoring difficulties or closing your eyes to mistakes, but rather acknowledging them without allowing them to define your self-esteem or abilities. To truly master this art of perception, patience and practice are necessary. Perception, like a muscle, the more you control it, the stronger it becomes. Make it a habit to combat a negative perception and replace it with a more empowering one. Over time, this process will transform from an occasional action into an integral part of your thinking, greatly contributing to the mastery of your mind. The wisdom lies in the fact that we choose how to react to the inevitable failures and errors of life. By recognizing and using the power of your perception, your mental lens, we can transform obstacles into steps on the path to success. This reminds us to embrace Stoicism in difficult times, accepting each misstep as an opportunity to become the master of your mind. Have you ever faced a situation that diverted your inner compass from its course? An unexpected layoff, the sudden loss of a loved one, or simply a job rejection? Recall the words of Marcus Aurelius: "Life is nothing but change, and change is the delight of nature." This coincides with our fourth lesson in the journey toward mastering the mind. Live in harmony with nature. Life thrives through change. However, uncertainty and change are not enemies of tranquility. On the contrary, these unexpected turns of fate offer us the opportunity to adapt and grow. Faced with an unknown outcome, do not remain in indecision and do not let fear influence your judgments. Instead, move forward by adapting naturally, as it is in your nature. By harmonizing your actions with the ebb and flow of nature, we can traverse the turbulent currents of life serenely. If nature orders rain on a sunny day or a storm in a peaceful night sky, do we condemn the heavens? No, because we understand that all this is natural and beyond our control. By accepting the currents of life and adapting to the evolution of changes, we can feel an unprecedented sense of peace and strength. It is not about trying to bend the forces of nature or life to our will, but rather learning to flow with them elegantly and spontaneously without losing sight of who we are. Fifthly, practice self-discipline. Think about your life's journey. You have inevitably encountered distractions that threaten to lead you astray from your path. Moments when you wanted to watch your favorite series instead of preparing for an exam, or eating too many delicious cake pieces while staying true to your strict diet. The great Stoic philosopher believed that the value of a man is measured by the nobility of his ambitions and the strength of his character. This resonates deeply with another important lesson. Master your mind by practicing self-discipline. To master oneself, it is necessary to understand and recognize how crucial self-discipline is for protecting the goals we aspire to in life. It is the shield that prevents distractions from stealing our time and precious energy. It is like an experienced gardener who tends to numerous colorful flower petals. As attractive as the roses may be, he will care with equal devotion for the tulips and daisies. But how do we cultivate this mindset? Be mindful of the moment when temptation tries to divert you from your path. Identify these instances not with harsh judgment, but by understanding them as a natural part of life's rhythm. This will make it easier to develop mechanisms that reduce these temptations to nothing. Like a gardener who cultivates different flowers, develop with unwavering determination the self-discipline to resist the temptations we often face in personal life until developing mental resilience in our professional activities. Self-discipline is undoubtedly one of the main pillars that support the edifice of mastering the mind. So, when the wind of procrastination and temptations blows on your firm determination, remember the wise words of Epictetus: "No great thing is created suddenly. The practice of self-discipline is no different. It is an incessant path that requires constant attention and effort. Sixthly, embrace the present moment. Have you ever watched a sunset only to find yourself overwhelmed by thoughts of past regret or future worry to the point that the beauty of the moment escapes you? It is a very human weakness to be physically present but mentally absent, to be here but thinking of another place. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Do not let the panorama of your life be invaded by worries, whether for things that have happened or for things that might occur in the future. Think only of the present and what you can do to improve it. We should aspire to live life as it unfolds, moment after moment. Each breath, each sensation should anchor us in the present." Push away thoughts of a past chapter ended or a future not yet written, not because they diminish the strength and beauty of life in the present and its pleasure, but rather welcome the experience as it arrives. Direct your energy toward improving and savoring the present, rather than ruminating on times that have not yet come. Changes are inevitable, and time does not wait for man. It flows constantly through our fingers, making us juggle on the tightrope between past memories and future aspirations. But the true power of life lies in this precarious balance, in the recognition that the present is all we truly possess. Appreciate every sunrise you observe. Allow yourself to cherish every compliment received. Savor every cup of coffee you drink. Immerse yourself in every conversation you participate in. Embrace each instant of the present moment. Accepting the present moment is not just passive acceptance. It is an active dive. It is a celebration of every fragment of the current day without letting the shadows of yesterday or the uncertainty of tomorrow tarnish its brilliance. It is about developing an appetite for the present. As Seneca so succinctly expressed, the future is hidden in the present moment. The mastery of your mind begins with the mastery of this moment, cultivating its transformative strength on your path toward mental resilience. Seventhly, create or join a community that will support your growth. Imagine a solitary hiker climbing toward the highest summit against an infinite forest backdrop. While the view from the top may be majestic, the solitary path can be incredibly quiet and isolated. Now, replace the solitary hiker with a group of explorers undertaking the same journey together. Suddenly, the trials seem less intimidating, don't they? This echoes the immutable historical wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, who once said, "People are made to help each other, either instruct them or bear with them." This is a crucial lesson in mastering your mind. A community serves as an encouraging foundation, reinforced by shared values and activities. By uniting with like-minded people who share your vision of personal growth, you strengthen your resolve at every step toward your goals. Inspire, teach, and learn. Motivate and be motivated. Such is the strength of a community that elevates the mind. Creating a community or participating fosters mutual growth, enhancing not only your personal development, but also contributing to collective progress. As Seneca teaches us, unite with people who can improve you and ultimately expand your own reach while helping others in their own quest for mental mastery, progressing mutually on our common life path. Now it is time to reflect on the Stoic principles we have explored. Have you chosen the one you wish to focus on? If you are unsure, reflect on those we have discussed. For example, if the idea of embracing the present moment, as discussed in the sixth lesson, appeals to you, tell us so with the words, "I will embrace the present moment." Do not forget our 2-week challenge. We are curious to see how applying these Stoic principles can change your life. After trying them for 2 weeks, let us know how it went. You can share your experience in the comments. If today's discovery has illuminated your path with new light, give us a thumbs up to let us know. If you are not yet subscribed, now is the perfect time to join our community. Activate notifications to always stay updated with our latest updates. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Your participation testifies to your commitment to self-improvement. Continue working to create a mind of which you can be proud.